Protein is now at Starbucks, and it's never tasted so good. You can add protein cold foam to your favorite drink or try one of our new protein lattes or matcha. Try it today at Starbucks.
America leads the world in medicine development. It matters. We get new medicines first, nearly 3 years faster. 5 million Americans go to work because we make medicines here at home. And not relying on other countries keeps us safe. But China is racing to overtake us. Will we let them, or will we choose to stay ahead? When America leads, America cures. Let's tell Washington to keep us in the lead.
Learn how at americacures.com. Paid for by Pharma.
K-pop Demon Hunters HIBBERT's breakfast meal and Huntrix meal have just dropped at McDonald's. They're calling this a battle for the fans. What do you say to that, Rumi?
It's not a battle. So glad the Saja Boys could take breakfast and give our meal the rest of the day.
It is an honor to share.
No, it's our honor.
It is our larger honor.
No, really. Stop.
You can really feel the respect in this battle. Pick a meal to pick a side.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. At participating McDonald's while supplies last.
This is the Dan Le Batard Show with the Stugotz podcast.
Folks, listen up. April 7th, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Le Batard Show YouTube. It's the cheap seats, 305 Equinox. 3 games at once. Marlins, Panthers, Heat. We're watching all of it. Probably poorly. Presented by Never Miss Your Shot Golf.
So I would imagine you guys saw this earlier in the week, right? Mark Cuban finally admitted that...
Not finally.
I guess admitted out loud.
He's been admitted out loud nonstop over the last year.
That he regrets selling the team. He regrets selling the team to Adelson and Dumont. And, I mean, I since the trade was made, here I said it, I've said it on ESPN, I've said it on my podcast, that Mark Cuban deserves his share of the blame for what happened with trading away Luka Doncic.
At least 27% of the blame.
And I remember I remember getting hammered. Oh, what does Mark Cuban have to do? Well,
you should get hammered.
Okay, but literally Cuban is coming out now and saying what I've been saying.
What have you been saying? You're saying that he should get the blame.
What do you say?
Yeah.
That he should not have sold to these people. When you own one of these teams,
right,
you're essentially a caretaker of the franchise. You're not going to own the team forever. You're a caretaker of the franchise. And he decided to take the highest bid, which is his right as a businessman.
Right.
But he just totally. But then people like me can say, you know what? You can't now sit there and complain about, I wouldn't have done this, I wouldn't have traded Luka, I wouldn't have done this. You deserve your share of the blame then, because you decided to take the highest bid and sell it to people who don't care about basketball and decide to do this, instead of maybe it took a little bit less and you sold to people who are going to take care of the franchise you care about.
Well, I think...
And he's admitted that now.
I think it's tough to say that because he sold it to people who seem like they care about basketball, and the reality is that they do care about basketball, they just don't know much about it. And so they had a general manager who
Cuban hired?
Who Cuban hired, yeah, but like they're just taking them to the finals, and they don't know any better, but this guy seems to know what he's doing. Right? So they do what they do. Any new owner who's not like Matt Ishbia, who's like a hoops junkie, is probably going to fall prey to this kind of thing. By the way, new owners every single time. You go throughout the history of the league, particularly recently, they all come in, they talk a great game, and then they learn the hard way that this ain't as easy as it looks. Matt Ishbia had the most expensive payroll ever for a team that missed the playoffs, right? Even the Warriors light years ahead ownership group. Remember, they came in, they used the amnesty on Charlie Bell because they tried to sign DeAndre Jordan, who was already a restricted free agent. The Clippers matched easily. Then they traded Monte Ellis, and the guy got booed at the thing. Like, everyone has a rocky start. There's no owner who comes in and is like, yo, I've been awesome at this. Steve Ballmer, do you want to talk about his rocky start, which may lead to freaking
who knows what?
Cap circumvention and picks lost and all that. So none of them have any idea. And the whole thing about billionaires is these are people who their lives are built on everyone said no, but I said yes. Right? And it's true, like, for many of them, especially the self-made ones. Maybe not so much the Nepo babies, but if you are a Vivek Ranadive, a guy who came here with, like, legend has it, like $150 in his pocket, and you became a billionaire and you bought an actual NBA team and kept it in a city where they thought the team was going to be leaving, how can anyone tell you, yo, this 4-on-5 idea you got sucks? Like, no, you guys, I heard this a lot in the tech sector, too.
I love the 4-on-5 idea.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like he's, like, their whole lives are against incredible odds amassing an obscene amount of success. So when you get to the point where it's like, hey, we own this team now, and Mark Cuban thinks, no, but they'll still listen to me. That he thought the deal was, they own it, but I call the shots. And very quickly they're like, nah, man, we're going to listen to this guy. And he gets shoved out the way.
And to the absolute meager defense of Nico Harrison, like prior to the Luka trade, like he had made some good moves.
He made some really good moves.
The PJ Washington move was good. Like drafting was good. Like
Gafford.
They had done like a couple of good things that were the trajectory of like, okay, like wait a second, this is going to the right track.
It wasn't. I don't think he presented based on his track record as someone who didn't know what he was doing, right? Like to have that kind of doubt in him. And obviously, once he comes with something as drastic as that, you always say, hold up. But that goes back to the other part of this, which is the Mavericks front office. This is through all the reporting and all the people I talked to behind the scenes. Like, they had really pushed into this groupthink place where it's like, if you are someone who is an outside thinker, we don't want you. We're not going to include you in this. And I've been part of a front office like that where it's like, hey, my job is to give you guys like all the reasons why this couldn't work. And then you make an informed decision like, no, you're yucking our yum. That happens. Man, this happened when I was at Sloan. There was the guy who owns the Philadelphia Soul, Mike. His name escapes me.
The arena team?
The
John Bon Jovi.
The MLS team.
The MLS team is a Philadelphia Union.
Union, my bad. Philadelphia Union.
I believe the Soul were Ron Jaworski and John Bon Jovi.
My bad. So,
which, tell them I said hi. Yeah. Like, that's a great crew.
Jaws. No, but so the guy
Colin Kaepernick, greatest quarterback ever.
He owns the MLS team, and he was like, yo, I came in, and the first thing we did is we studied like all this analytics about soccer because turns out soccer, they're not as up to date as some of our American sports. And we found out like throw-ins are incredibly important. And so they did all of the stuff invested into areas that they felt could be a competitive advantage. And as a result, like it said all the football people, all the soccer people told us, oh, that's crazy, that's not how you do it. But we were like, no, we're going to do it this way. It's basically his own version of Moneyball. As a result, they've been one of the most successful by regular season terms clubs in the MLS, but they haven't won it all, right? And so the moderator asks him, hey, how do you guys get to the transition from like doing something so different? And the guy says, well, first thing you got to do is you got to get rid of all the soccer people, all the old world thinking people. I said, what? You get rid of them all? He said, yeah, get rid of them all. Because if you have one person who's dissenting, it ruins the room. The room has to be lockstep. And I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You want dissension. You want some, even if your idea is right and needs to be, and it's a drastic change, you need the voice of dissension in the room in order to protect you, in order to challenge your beliefs, in order for you to know what I'm doing is unequivocally the right thing as opposed to a hunch. Nico eliminated all dissension in that thing, including Mark Cuban, who was pushed out. And that's why I don't blame him, because they purposefully excluded him from the conversation because they knew if he's in it, he's going to dissent, and his dissension is probably going to have some good points in there.
Last night in the NBA, the big story, the Lakers. I walked into my family room last night. I got home from the airport, and my older son was
watching. Your luggage?
I don't know where it is right now. Okay. It's that's why I had free time right when I walked in the house. Didn't have luggage, didn't have to do any laundry. All right, that's the bonus, right? And so I walk into the family room. My son is my older one, who we left behind. He's watching the Lakers and Thunder on Peacock, and the score is 54-22. Like, what the hell is that score?
And then it got worse.
But it really got worse because Luka Doncic suffered a hamstring injury in the third quarter. I think they were down 90-58 when he suffered the injury, and apparently he actually tweaked it in the first half, and then you got halftime where you kind of get a little bit cold, and then you come out in the second half and he tweaked the hamstring, and now he's going to get an MRI. Not good, Bob. I mean, they got like 5 games left in the regular season, and this could be a several-week thing.
Yeah, March was fun, wasn't it, for the Lakers? It was like, man, we're one of the hottest teams. Well, Spurs are probably the hottest team, but we're the second hottest team in the league. Luka's playing out of his mind. He's got more points than Anthony Davis did in his entire tenure with the Mavericks. And then the one thing that can't happen is that engine gets hurt, which is kind of something that happens to him towards the end of the season.
Not just that, but also this guy should be MVP of the league. I don't know what you guys are watching. This guy's the best player in the league. And now, because of the 65-game dumbass rule, not only is he perhaps not going to be MVP based on this injury, and of course, if you're the Lakers...
Well, it's also he won't be on an All-NBA team.
Exactly.
That's the more pressing.
Exactly.
He wasn't going to win MVP. But.
Well, I mean, he had a chance, but he definitely don't have a chance of being on either that or All-NBA.
Like, he would have been All-NBA first team.
Yes, strong chance. But the Lakers, obviously, they are incentivized. Look, we're trying to make a playoff run here. Mm-hmm. You've got to rest the maximum amount of time. So in a regular world, 5 years ago, before this 65-game rule, shut him down. He's shut down for the rest of the regular season.
Well, why would he play in the second half if he got hurt in the first half?
Because
he kept trying to warm it up. Like you would watch him like try to get on like a leg and kind of do one of these.
So why is he playing?
So the 65-game rule isn't just to appear in 65 games. There's a minimum amount of minutes you have to
20?
play. Yeah, something like that. So like he's probably thinking, oh no, I can't punt on this. I got to thug it out. But again, 5 years ago, he sits out at halftime. They shut him down. They shut him down till April 12th. That's 10 days from now. And then they've got a whole week because they got to wait, see what happens in the play-in or whatever. So they're immune from that. So he would have had legit 17 to 20 days of rest. Instead, he tries to come back the same night and makes it worse.
So let me throw in here. He played 26 minutes. So he was 6 minutes over this threshold in a game they were down by 32 in the second half. Why is he out there?
Should have pulled him.
Like, that's a tough look. I don't know if it's tough for Redick or, Luka, I have to play. I don't know. But they were down 90-58.
It also goes back to, like, the Lakers, when they lose big, right? That's what we kind of talked about all season. Where it's
a good team.
This team is, like, very interesting. If they're down, it's very easy for the lead to get exponentially larger. And going into the playoffs now, it's like, all right, if they get the 3 seed, and you're looking at Houston maybe at the 5, Denver maybe at the 4, 5, 6, whoever's there, Minnesota, like this is a very big issue.
Yeah, they'll drop a couple games.
They're going to be going against a very good team in the Western Conference. Like without Luka or Luka at 50%, 60%, like they're getting blown out.
Well, it is interesting, right? Because you go back just a couple months ago, it's like, oh man, this Western Conference will be a bloodbath. There's 5, 6 teams. These are really good teams. I don't know. Kind of feels like you got the Thunder and Spurs, and that's it, right?
The Nuggets are a very good team. The Nuggets are a very, very good team.
I think Houston.
Houston can be feisty.
Yeah, like they defend, and then they got a guy that nobody can guard, and like we can hammer them and
but I'm talking about winning the West. Like, it's the Thunder.
Yeah, but a 7-game series against the teams like Denver and Houston, like Amin said, like I wouldn't say like it's a foregone conclusion. I know we're talking about OKC, which feels like we're at the start of something, but you got the 2 teams with 2 extraterrestrial talents at center that are well equipped to give OKC some problems.
And also, let's not forget a team that last 2 years everyone's like, I don't see it in them, and they get to the conference finals, the Minnesota Timberwolves. They're another one that's.
I think they're the most mysterious. I think they're the most mysterious team in the league. I have no idea what to think about.
See a lot of mystery there.
Yeah, I do.
Like, what's happening?
Yeah, yes. I don't know what's happening with them.
I don't know what to expect. And I tend to overlook them, too, in the West. I mean, we literally just did. But they got a guy that has had postseason success. Jamal Murray playing the way that he is lately, does that – I mean, obviously, it's got to sweeten the pot. They got guys that can give OKC some problems if that ends up being the matchup.
No, I mean, look,
outside of like the obvious.
Yeah, like you got to start with Jokic. Yeah, they got a guy who can give them problems, right? And they have, look, the Jokic formula is to have enough big guys to throw at them, right? That's what Minnesota did. That's what I guess what the Spurs can do, right?
Houston's big, right?
Houston's big.
And certainly, like, OKC can do that, right? You have Hartenstein, you have Chet Holmgren, you got Jalen Williams, right? So
you have Caruso, who did a great job covering him last year. That was kind of like the secret key.
Yeah, but then like also remember that series went 7, right? And it took Aaron Gordon having a ruptured hamstring pretty much, just hobbling out there, hopping on one leg to basically give them that Game 7. So, look, Oklahoma City is a great team. And if you said, hey, I put my money on them to win it all, I wouldn't be shocked or surprised. But they're not infallible. They certainly have problems. They certainly run into things. And I think, again, when you talk about in the playoffs, where it's like, I have a week to sit around and just think of you. Everyone here is just thinking about you. It's a little different than what it is in the regular season.
Folks, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Listen, money stress. I feel like nobody really teaches you how to deal with it. You just kind of wake up one day, you look at your bank account, and you go, oh, cool, that's not ideal. And it's not just the money, it's everything around it. The overthinking, the bad sleep, the I'll deal with it later, which never works. A lot of people feel that, but don't really talk about it. And it can start affecting you, your mood, your relationships, just how you show up every day. Therapy isn't about financial advice. It's about handling the stress that comes with it, understanding your habits, where that anxiety comes from, and how to deal with it in a healthier way. With over 30,000 therapists and more than 6 million people served, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. And their sessions average 4.9 ratings from more than 1.7 million reviews. They match you based on a short questionnaire, and if it's not the right fit, you can switch anytime. When life feels overwhelming, therapy can help. Sign up and get 10% off at betterhelp.com/DLB. That's betterhelp.com/DLB.
And sports championships aren't won alone. They're won with the right people around you. That's exactly what Intuit TurboTax brings to taxes. With TurboTax Expert Full Service, match with a dedicated tax expert who handles your taxes from start to finish. The experience is seamless. Start in person, finish online, move between both whenever needed. The dedicated tax expert keeps things updated every step of the way, so nothing falls between the cracks. Think of it like having a great head coach with a solid game plan. The plays are called, adjustments are made, and the work gets done while everyone stays focused on what actually matters. And just like game film doesn't wait for business hours, neither do taxes. With TurboTax Expert Full Service, you can get any tax question answered at no extra cost, even on nights and weekends during tax season. This is having someone in your corner running the whole operation and helping put points on the board. Get started at TurboTax.com. Only available with Intuit TurboTax Full Service experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Hey, Roy, buddy.
Yo.
You know that energy shift when the game gets good and everybody, all together, in unison, knows to stand up on their feet?
Oh, absolutely, Mike.
Yeah, you've been at many big-time sporting events. You know that moment quite well. That's what it's like when you take your first sip of Cuervo.
Oh, delicious.
It's the signal that says, we're not checking the time anymore, pal. It's when small talk turns into stories. Cuervo, man, it's that high-five a random stranger effect. That's right. The game is popping. You're hugging people you never met before. That's the kind of energy that Cuervo brings. It's so smooth, so delicious. That's the Cuervo effect. Keep it Cuervo.
Don Batard.
John, can you rate my Al Pacino from that billiard scene in Carlito's Way if I do it for you? I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stugotz.
You think you're big time? Well, you're gonna die! Big time!
That is on my infamous scale of 1 to 10. That's a 7.6.
Solid.
Good job.
Good
job.
That's a Suey nominee right there.
Good.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
I know in the NBA, there are like these small windows essentially to win, and things can change on a year-to-year basis.
What do they call windows?
Especially with the way the CBA, allows you to build your team these days. Like, things can really change, and that's why the windows are even smaller, But I look at Oklahoma City and San Antonio. How can anyone not believe that these two teams are going to be the teams fighting for championships for, like, the next decade?
You know what's funny?
Like, am I making it too simple by saying that?
You just said because of CBA. It's almost impossible.
Right. Like, I understand that, but I still, it feels like these are the two, and like, what's going to change?
It felt, Golden State felt like it was never going to. Miami felt like it was never going to.
Dude, Golden State became really. They won the title in 15, and they won their last title in 22. That's 8 years, man. That's a long time.
But like I'm saying, like in 2019. right? Or 2018, I should say. It was like, oh, they're going to do this every year, forever. And then Durant gets hurt, and then Durant leaves, and then they go into this really dark era.
Clay's hurt too.
Clay gets hurt, yep. And then 2022, they come back and they win one, and we've kind of put them on the earth. They're always going to be on the list, but, they've been in the play-in pretty much every year since that championship. So it's like these things feel like they're going to be permanent. Miami felt like it was never going to end.
Yeah,
and
even rising teams like Memphis, I'm like, well, they're going to be in the conversation for a while.
Memphis versus Minnesota. Remember that playoff series? Like, these guys are going to be running the West.
Memphis eliminated Golden State.
I understand, but what like that's, those Memphis teams, that's not what we're seeing with OKC and San Antonio.
I understand, but like we do work ourselves into like, these guys are next and they're going to be around for a long time.
The Light the Beam Kings. Everybody thought this was the team. They're going to get to the next level.
That's not what these two teams are.
I agree, but like still, it was that next team in the West.
So for San Antonio, this is actually a very interesting thing because the way their checking account and their saving account is set up is they never, or at least for the next 5 years, they never have to pay everyone all at the same time because there's a stagger because Wemby was drafted first and then Castle and then Harper. And so everything is kind of staggered. And if you look at their books, it's like, ooh, they've always going to have some guy who's on the books for his rookie scale, which helps them alleviate. Versus Oklahoma City, they've got a money crunch coming in the very near future. That Chad and Jalen Williams both came in the same or on the same year, so their salaries are equal. And then obviously SGA, he's getting paid the most. And so at some point, they're going to have to make a hard decision on Hartenstein. And if they can't, they've got to find a replacement there. They're going to have to make a hard decision on a lot of their role players. Lou Dort, Cason Wallace. Like, all of these guys are going to want to get paid.
That's what the picks are for.
Sure. And then you go and get someone else.
That's why their model is just
That's
so
why
incredible.
Jared McCain was a great pickup for them. They burned a first-round pick for a guy who's like, is he great? Doesn't matter. He's good enough to play for us, and he's going to be cheap. But, make no mistake, they are now walking the tightrope. Last year, it was like, everything's awesome. Now, they're doing this right here with the umbrella or whatever the hell, on the tightrope, trying to balance this whole thing.
Parasol.
The parasol, there you go.
That's what Mary Poppins had, right?
An umbrella or a parasol?
No, she had an umbrella. She lived in England, dude. It was raining all the time over there.
Do they call umbrellas parasols in England? Do they call it umbrella?
No, because they call it umbrella because they never have a sunny day.
I thought when you're on the wire, though, you have that long stick.
Yeah, does that really help you balance?
Pole, yeah.
I thought that's what you guys were talking
No, but I know what he's talking about. He's talking about a little parasol.
Sometimes they do it with an umbrella.
I think you're just thinking of Mary Poppins.
Do you think that they just have that really long stick for aesthetics?
I don't know. I feel like if I'm trying to balance, I don't want to hold something.
Hold on, let me ask
When I'm trying to balance, I absolutely want to hold something.
No, you want to hold on to something.
I want to hold a rod.
Not hold something. You want to hold on to something.
Hey, yo.
A rod. That's right.
I think
what
it's
I said?
obvious it helps.
There we go. I'm looking at it. Functional purpose of the umbrella, center of gravity, much like a traditional long balancing pole. An umbrella helps the walker shift their weight.
You can get AI to tell you anything, man.
I don't think it's true.
Aerodynamic drag. In outdoor performances, the canopy of the umbrella can provide a slight amount of air resistance, which may help stabilize the performer against minor gusts of wind. And a visual aid. It allows the performer to extend their lever arm, making it easier to correct small imbalances before they lead to a fall.
I still got questions.
They got pictures.
Anyway.
With OKC walking the tightrope anyway.
With the umbrella.
Yeah. It's worth it, right? Because when you win, if you win this year, you go back to back. SGA wins the MVP again. It's like
it's always worth it.
It's worth it. All right.
It's always so the Warriors lost money every year they won a championship. But now the value of the franchise is incredible. And they still sell a bunch of shit. Everything is premium price for them, whether it's their tickets, their corporate sponsorships, everything, because of the success. You are affiliated with that success. The Bulls, for the longest time, were raking in money hand over fist just off of the 6 titles, even as they were one of the worst teams of the 2000s.
I don't know if you guys saw over the last couple of days, but I've been getting peppered on Twitter with people sending me the link to this New York Post story, where apparently the New York Post was just now alerted. See this headline: American Airlines passengers shocked to learn their flights were actually bus routes. There's, quote, no plane. And it's a picture of an American Airlines, not plane, bus. And this was the New York Post a few days ago who just now apparently discovered this story. I told everyone this like 6 months ago.
This is college football season.
That's right.
Was that another trip you cut short? No.
No. I was working, dog.
No, the work trips he doesn't cut short.
Yeah.
It's the ones with family he cuts short because he doesn't want to be with the family.
You know what? Can't cut work short because you know what wives love. It's also why I'm here. I came back from vacation, and wives love. Everybody knows. That's why I'm here. All right.
Your wife is still in Colorado.
But I was connecting from Chicago to South Bend, and they bussed me from Chicago to South Bend. What should be a very short flight ended up being a 2.5-3 hour bus ride. That's right, bus ride, even though I purchased a plane ticket. And just now, the New York Post has this whole long story with people freaking out because American Airlines is now in the bus business. How are they just... I did this 6 months ago.
Yeah.
How are they just doing this now?
They're late. You know, the thing, Zaz, is... You should have been the person they quoted in the article. Right?
I really believe that no one had this story before me. I really do believe I'm the first person.
I'd never heard it until you told me.
People didn't believe me. And now it's everywhere.
You sound like a guy like the Independence Day. You know, the end of the world is coming.
He was right.
And then the aliens go like, I told you guys.
Speaking of end of the world.
Did you see the last episode of Paradise?
Yes.
What'd you think of it?
No spoilers.
I haven't seen it.
It was good.
You haven't seen it yet? I mean,
I haven't seen it yet.
You've been here all
I'm midway
week.
through season 2.
I got to do.
I can't lie. It's been tough.
Season 2 is not as good as season 1.
I've been trying to stay with it.
Well, it's a different show now. Season 2. Like it's not. The show's not even close to what you thought the show was.
It's not even about what you thought the show was. It's just the execution is not good.
No,
it's very clunkily written,
and there's some bad acting,
and a lot of bad acting. And guess what? That Jane episode, woof. I was like, get this out of me.
Well, have you gotten to the next episode after the Jane episode?
Episode 7 I've seen. I saw episode 7.
Makes the Jane episode kind of relevant.
The best episode was the first episode where we see my man Sterling Brown out in the wild trying to find his wife. Like that one, I was like, okay, we're back. I'm back. And then we get the flashbacks of how his wife survived and all that.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm back. Okay, rough start, but they're back now. And then they went back to being bullshit. And so I'm trusting you, Tony. When you tell me
I like it still.
The last episode was good.
The last episode
it was good.
It puts things together.
Your
in a
voice
way
got a little high
I don't
there.
like that.
Yeah, his voice was a little high.
I don't like that.
Since I saw it, I can talk about it, and I won't spoil it for you. There's plot holes that get filled.
Okay.
And then there's more questions.
And then there's more questions. Then something happens where you're like, oh wow, interesting.
Okay.
So the episode was in you, and you said, "Get this out."
Get it out of me.
That episode was weird though because there was a lot of unanswered questions there, and I don't know if I can speak freely. Can I speak freely? Spoiler alert: If you haven't seen the Jane episode of Paradise, please skip another 35 to 40 seconds. The whole thing of like the guy at Circuit City getting told, "Hey, by the way, do this," and then everybody's like, "Okay," and we just accepted it.
Gloss past.
We don't know who sent it.
We do know who sent it.
No. Not now you do probably, but at the time.
Exactly
at the time. Because I don't know. I don't know who sent it, but I do know this. I do know that, and this is the part where I don't know, but I have a feeling because I'm on the internet. Time travel is coming into this, and this is where I'm like, you know what?
See that? Okay, now you haven't seen the last episode. That's why it's not time travel exactly.
Everybody knows my two favorite movies, TV shows. What are they? I'll tell you. Time travel, prison. Those are my shows and movies. I'll watch anything with time travel. I'll watch any prison movie. I love time travel in prison. And if there's time travel in prison, holy shit. That movie hasn't been made yet, but boy, sign me up.
Hold on. Time travel prison. A prison where you go and you get sent back in time.
Wow. Like all of a sudden, all right, you're going to jail now, but you're going to ancient Rome.
Yes.
Good luck in the gladiator space.
Who wants to make that movie?
And it sends you back to earlier in your life, and you have to figure out which choices you made that led you down the path to ultimately being imprisoned. But if you can come upon those moments and make the path different, then you don't end up in jail. You're released later on.
That's a different movie.
We could do
a different movie.
Not an action movie. This is just like a redemption story.
Yeah,
I want somebody in medieval times.
I like doing something that's
good. Your penalty is 4 years, but 4 years in a medieval prison.
All right, all right, I'm in.
Do they spin a wheel, or how do they figure out where you're gonna go?
They do an entire
depends on the crime.
Biometric scan, and they see in your heart and in your mind and your spirit what you're afraid of most, and they send you there.
Damn.
You get 25 days in Alcatraz.
I'll do that one.
Oh, will you? Oh, will you?
really?
Oh, will you?
Oh,
Have you ever been to
25
Alcatraz?
days
Have you
in
been to
prison.
Alcatraz
Piece of
before?
cake,
You'll be
man.
holding someone's pocket, no doubt.
Not in Alcatraz.
You get
you
48
would.
hours
No.
in Sheriff Joe's tent.
Tent City. Oh,
Tent
man.
City.
Let me
How
tell you
about now?
something.
So you can do Alcatraz for 25 days. You can't do Tent City.
Tent City, man, it's hot, man. That's
the idea.
It's so goddamn hot.
Folks, listen up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is built for March. The tournament is unpredictable, but the rewards are guaranteed. And DraftKings is delivering some of the most generous rewards in the market. New to DraftKings? Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code DAN. That's code DAN to turn $5 into $200 in bonus bets instantly in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or 1-800-MY-RESET. New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. Connecticut, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Wager tax pass-through may apply in Illinois. 21 and over in most states. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. Limited time offer.
You know you need fiber for a healthy gut, but do you actually know how to get it? Quaker's been serving up fiber since 1877, with over 100 great-tasting, good source of fiber options to choose from. Whether you like old-fashioned oats, instant oatmeal, granola, or oatmeal squares, Quaker makes it delicious. So good. Get your fiber with Quaker. Shop Quaker's good source of fiber products at a store near you.
Don Batard.
John's as low. How you love that catchphrase. Bad news for opposing teams in the AAA.
Stugotz.
He's all smiles till LeBron's a clutch again. Clutch again. Clutch again.
This is the Don Batard Show with the Stugotz.
All this time travel talk makes me think of a hypothetical I once heard. All right, so I'm making you, in this hypothetical, the richest person on Earth.
Oh, got it.
How far back?
Do me next.
How far back in time would we have to go for you to say, I'm good, I'll stay here? Would you go back to the 1500s?
To be the richest man
Like,
in
I'm
the
not
world?
going back to 1682.
Yeah,
I'd rather just be here with what I have. What's the year that you would say no to the question? I don't want to be
richest
I don't want to be the richest. I'll just stay here.
I would say, look, all right. So I gotta ask some questions. Like, am I draft eligible?
question.
Right? Because I don't want the richest man in the world. You just got sent to Vietnam.
No,
like,
you're your
shit.
age. You're your age.
No. But I'm talking about
You have to live in those times. So if the richest person was draft eligible in that day, then yes, you're draft eligible.
I think you're okay being the richest man on the earth. You can pay a couple people to take your stead.
Yeah, but I'm black too, though.
Yeah, but you're the richest guy, though.
Post 1860.
You're the richest guy.
Jim Crow situation.
Yeah, but again, when you're rich, it doesn't matter.
Well, I can live anywhere.
You're the richest because you're rich. Yes.
If I'm the richest man alive and I can live anywhere, then I'll go back as far as electricity.
Good point.
Gotta have electricity.
Electricity,
but not like early electricity because we still don't know. It's a little sketchy.
Air conditioning.
But do I have the knowledge of what I've given back? Because what if I'm like the richest guy and I'm like, damn, I kind of want to. I can't play Xbox.
No, you won't know that you miss it. But we know right now.
No, I think you have to know. I think you have to know that you're going to miss.
That's part of giving it all is like going back, having the knowledge of what you know now. It's like, man, I remember the iPhone. It's like, I
can't
don't
give you the
it now.
ignorance is bliss.
So, Chris, how far would you go back then?
When I've talked about this with my buddies, I feel like the 50s and 60s. I don't know if I'm going much further past that. And I know I'm white, so this might be a different game for me.
Does the money increase as I go further back?
Inflation, but deflation.
Because in that case, I would just say, no, just send me back to 2005 and I'm good. Right? If there's no advantage to going further back, I'll go back to 2005.
But the game is how far back would you go? Yes, obviously we'd rather have 05, but
after the banks got bailed out,
right before.
Ooh.
I'll buy all the toxic.
We have
stuff.
a working knowledge of what is to come, right?
Yeah.
Or do you
we got
stay?
the sports almanac.
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 It's in my head.
Interesting way to
But do you
pronounce
stay
it.
in that time in perpetuity? Or do you live the rest of your life like you would?
Yeah.
So like you go back to 2005, but you're the richest guy, but then you start 2006, 2007, 2008? Or do you always stay in 2005?
No.
So I have the opportunity to invest in MySpace early on and then like get out.
Wait, hold on, Tony. I was like, yeah, of course you will. Like, wait a second.
But now
Are
you
telling
stay.
me I can be the richest man ever, and it's 2005 forever?
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Because it's not like you live in 1682 and you're like, all right, I live 80 years and it's 1730 whatever, and like, all right, I'm dead.
Whoa.
It's like, no, you live in that state in perpetuity. Now you live in, I would go back to like 1985, stay in 1985 the entire time. The internet hadn't existed yet. You still have the landline phone.
Canes are good.
The Canes are good. You can watch that all the time.
You want to be right in the mid 2000s when internet is available, but it hasn't ruined our lives.
09.
You guys are playing a different game of like, when would be the best time to be the richest person?
I want 2009.
2009?
Yeah. It's 2009 forever.
Forever?
Yeah.
But then you never
I have an
get the victory.
iPhone and I got good indie rock.
03 was a great music
And
year.
politics still haven't gotten like super weird.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
And if I see something on the internet, I could largely believe it.
2010. Then I'm taking 2010. Because
Good year.
I'm thinking about 2010. I'm working for the Suns. We went to the conference finals.
Yeah, but you're the richest guy in the world. Now you don't.
We are playing a different game.
2010 is better than 09 because I got LeBron. I'm with you. 2010.
and a whole season of Glee's already.
Yeah, and Kanye is not that weird.
Oh, yeah, no, 2009, 2010, Kanye, that's great.
But think about with all that money, you might be able to invent time travel.
No, I just did it. I don't want anyone else to be able to do it.
No.
So you destroyed it then?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's selfish, man.
Of course I'm selfish.
That is so
Why am I going to let people just time travel? You never seen Time Cop?
I love Time Cop.
You don't know about Time Cop.
Great movie. Ron Silver?
Ron
Great
Silver
movie.
As the evil senator.
Like president wannabe guy.
Well, you know, look, I'm telling you something. Watch Time Cop now. You guys are like, there's a lot of similarities, man.
You know about Mia Sarah? Come on.
Yeah. Oh, wait. She was from Ferris Bueller's
Hell
Day
yeah.
Off.
Hell yeah.
Now, how about my guy Matuzak? That's his. But what's Matuzak's name?
Scott Matuzak.
No, the actor who plays
I don't
Matuzak.
know.
He's Van Damme's buddy who forgets him when he comes back in time.
Yes.
And so he's got to remind him like,
Dennis
yo.
Rodman.
No, it's a different movie.
Me and Amin were watching
the parachute that was also a basketball.
Me and Amin were watching the Dennis Rodman 30 for 30 yesterday on the TV.
In the middle of dance.
And we forgot that he went to... It was like a Tiger Woods serious topic, and we're looking over the screen, and it's Kim Jong-un and Dennis Rodman playing basketball. We're like,
and then he cried.
Yo, Kim Jong-un is playing... Dennis Rodman is playing basketball at 5-on-5 on the court. Kim Jong-un is sitting courtside watching it in legit a throne.
In a throne.
Like,
and then
like a fucking medieval throne.
Rodman is wearing sunglasses in the game.
It's incredible.
Bruce McGill is the actor you think.
Bruce McGill, my man Matuzak, man.
Time Cop's a good
Time
movie.
Cop's a great movie.
Time travel movies are the best. Time
No.
travel.
Should
and
I watch
prison.
Time Cop?
Yes.
Yeah, watch it.
Yeah, you should watch
No,
Time Cop.
All right.
I'll bet Time Cop
Now,
still holds up.
I thought Time Cop could have been so much better if they focused more
If he was in a prison.
on the crimes. Well, the whole thing is like, it's time travel exists, but like people are using it to fund criminal activity. So the time cops go back in time to thwart them. So like the opening scene of Time Cop it's 1862 in the South, right? In the middle of the Civil War. And a guy is on a horse and buggy. And a guy comes out of the bushes and says,
Got
"All
some
right,
crazy gun or
give,
something,
give
right?
Me, give me all the gold." And the guy, "Get out of the way." And then he pulls out a machine gun.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What the hell is that?" And he mows them down. And it's like, oh, wow. And then we learn, like, the time police, they go around all throughout history. They're stopping terrorists.
That movie rules.
Yeah.
Zaz, Demolition Man, prison time travel movie.
Is it time travel?
Because it's traveling time
time
forward.
stasis.
No,
Time
that's not
forward.
time travel movie.
Yeah.
No.
But
that's
it's a prison movie.
It is a prison.
Yeah, but it's not time travel.
It starts in L.A. in 1998 and it ends up in San Angeles.
Well, the stasis part, right? So the
But they didn't get there
frozen
from
in time.
time travel.
Yeah,
But
they
I
just
mean,
waited.
it's got all the time travel, like quintessential things, like I'm from the 90s and I have a laser gun.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a time travel.
Best time travel movie? Looper.
No, come on.
What
Shut
are you?
up.
That is a good movie.
You're a nuts
That's
man.
a good movie.
Why'd you say it that
It's
way?
Back to the Future. You
Back
know
to
it.
the future.
Oh, setting Back to the Future. That's the
You can't
gold
set-
standard.
you can't
That's
set
the
that away.
gold standard. All right,
like,
you
hey,
set that aside.
It's like
So, also a good closer.
the best basketball player ever,
Right, put Michael Jordan aside.
Paul George. Well, I mean, put Michael Jordan aside.
That's
Like,
right. Looper.
About Time.
Looper.
What's about time?
Oh man, real tearjerker. Beautiful. Donald Gleason, Rachel McAdams.
I don't like your
You gotta
taste of
see it.
movies. I just noticed. I don't like
I
it.
mean, we're stuck in 2010.
Okay.
And we're at a sports bar and we're looking at each other and like, can you believe this, Roy Hibbert?
It's like, I'd take him over Tim Duncan.
Yeah, he's a LeBron stopper.
I'd take him over Tim Duncan, man.
I'm telling you,
It's a banger.
I saw a couple days ago. Look, it's only been out for a couple weeks. But what are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at because I remember Dan berating with the Stephen A. So you're telling me you had the choice and you wouldn't take Roy Hibbert over Tim Duncan? Mm-hmm. Like he was so indignant about it.
Can we find that?
And then he would be like, we'll discuss with Jason Whitlock in 10 minutes.
Hibbert was a major problem.
That was a part of our history.
Guys, maybe 2010 wasn't the right year.
He was the Pacers guy.
I saw Project Hail Mary a couple nights ago.
That's a film.
That's a good movie.
Cinema.
What a movie.
Oh.
Amin, have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it. I'm going to be honest. Some of the reviews I got back, not for me, Clive.
Not that you got reviews that weren't good. You just didn't like what the movie was about?
Yeah, it's like, it's saccharine. It's like sappy. I'm like, we need this positivity in our lives. Like, don't give me positivity with my movies. I want, like, things that make me go, oh, my God. You know what I saw the other day? Roof Man. You guys seen that Roof Man? You know about that Roof Man?
You made that up just now.
Channing Tatum. Roof Man. This dude.
Toys R Us, right?
Yeah. So this dude was like a serial burglar. He would like drill a hole into the top of McDonald's and come in and then rob the McDonald's and then leave, right? And they couldn't catch him. He finally gets caught. He goes to prison. The guy breaks out of prison. And by the way, his whole ethos in robbing these places and also breaking out of prison, just be a good dude. Just be a nice guy and people will mess with you. They're like, oh man, he's cool, whatever. So he escapes and lives in a Toys R Us for like a month without being detected because it's behind like the bicycle wall or whatever. So basically, the guy ends up spying on the Toys R Us people, falls in love with one of the employees, comes out from behind the thing, pretends like he works for the government or whatever, starts dating her, and then he messes up because one day when he's like showering in the Toys R Us, the manager comes home and sees he's there or whatever. And so now there's a manhunt for him because like, oh, that's a guy. And so it's a great movie and it's based on a true story.
I'm looking at it on IMDb. It looks like a good movie. I can't believe I never heard of this.
It is a very delightful movie. Sorry.
You don't want delightful though. You don't want a movie to make you feel good.
Delightful meaning like, hey, I watched this. It don't get too deep. I don't get to have to whatever. It's entertaining, right? Delightful in that way, not delightful.
So you don't think you're going to understand Project Hail Mary?
No,
He's good. He's good. Why are you pushing Project Hail Mary?
It's not just feel good. I think what you're taking is like, beautiful. It's the Ted Lasso. It's this. It's that. That's just a nice little side effect of what you feel afterward while watching a very entertaining movie with a great acting performance.
So much PTSD from the pandemic when everyone's like, Ted Lasso is the most amazing show ever. And so I watched Ted Lasso, the original digital shorts that NBC put out. And I'm like, this guy's a buffoon. Oh, this is about to be awesome. And then I watched Ted Lasso, and it's like, is it just feel-good stuff?
He just likes quips.
But like, it's like he's lovable. And I'm like, no, I want the Ted Lasso as an idiot.
No, cool story in Project Hail Mary.
I loved
very
it.
entertaining.
I loved it.
Lots of interesting sort of twists within it as a movie. And also, nice feel-good feeling at the end of it because of the relationships.
Real quick, do you guys want to hear Dan dismissing Stephen A. for saying he would take Tim Duncan over Roy Hibbert?
You got a 7-game series against the Heat that you've got to win tomorrow. I'm giving you the entire league to pick players from. Who's your first pick? You have to beat the Heat in a 7-game series. Your first pick is?
I would say Tim Duncan. You need a big because obviously Miami.
No.
Yes. I want Tim Duncan, especially after he missed the shot he missed last year because he's hungrier than ever.
I can't believe you took Duncan over Hibbert. Like, what are you talking about?
Stay strong, Steven.
I would take Tim Duncan.
Yep, me too.
Over Hibbert?
Yep.
That next season, Duncan won his 5th title. Mike, what's going on with the Cyclones tonight?
We play today.
Yeah.
7 o'clock, first toss.
Come on out.
Rivalries in Battle Court. We play Udonis Haslam's Renegades.
Oh, I don't like them.
Two of the most decorated teams in the history of Battle Court, the long-spanning history of Battle Court, which is, post-COVID.
Now, if they're rivals, like, is there fraternizing?
Yeah, I think I see you guys as like rubbing elbows with
We do rub
UD.
UD's elbows. Very sharp elbows. You ask anybody. Ask Roy Hibbert about those elbows. But yeah, UD, he's a great owner, dude. Like, he definitely cares about the sport. He enjoys it. He comes out. If he's not on TV covering the NBA, he comes out and he supports his Renegades. They probably have the best player in the world in Go Cherry. We have the best backcourt in the world in Manu. The last time we played them, which was a couple of weeks ago, played out to a match day draw. So exciting Battle Court highlight tonight at Casino Miami. It's free with the promo code. Get your tickets online, or if you want premium seats, great bang for your buck. Come out and join us. We got a large crew coming out there. Great game today.
Doesn't sound like rivals.
It's an interesting league because there's so much turnover in the league, and like guys end up playing on different teams throughout the season. So it's different than other sports.
That happens in the NBA too.
Yeah, we're really close with all the ownership groups. Are there teams that we don't like and we really like to beat? Yeah, absolutely. The Renegades are one of them, no doubt, because they're the most decorated team in the history of Battle Court. They have 3 championships. We're chasing them. We're trying to become the first Battle Court team to ever go back-to-back. No one's ever done that. Right now we're in second. We had to bring it in tight. Some real adversity here. Back-to-back match day draws after a loss.
That one of those draws felt like a loss, though.
Yeah, we kind of lost ourselves a little bit, but I like what we've done in the week that we've had for this big ramp up against the Renegades. I think we're dialed in.
Now, did some of the Cyclones enjoy Miami Music Week more than I would have preferred? Maybe, but we don't need to talk about that.
My question is this: if Udonis says, "Hey guys, let's go grab a drink over here at this bar over here," you guys heading out with
You think I'm saying no to UD? If UD comes up to me and says, "Hey, you want to go out and grab a beer?" You think I'm going to say no?
You think Mickey Arison is following Peter Guber or Joe Lacob like down the hall?
Actually, yes, because they're all billionaires, so they seem to like all get along great.
You think Pat Riley is going to have a drink with Brad Stevens before the game?
No way.
No,
chance.
Not before the game. No. I think they're cordial. They'll shake hands. They'll talk about what's going on in the field of play, and that's kind of how we are with UD. You know, we're intense when the pelota starts flying. Like we're
playoff time.
Yeah, we're not friends. We are not friends there. We respect one another.
All right.